The political weaponisation of the criminal justice system in our Western democracies is a very troubling trend. A senior international legal expert says that the weaponisation of the US Department of Justice and the FBI for political attacks in America has reached a shocking level as it becomes clear that intelligence agents knowingly lied to the public about the legitimacy of the Hunter Biden laptop. University of Queensland Garrick Professor of Law James Allen told Alan Jones on AEST TV this week that the FBI knew that the laptop was real a year before the 2020 presidential election, but stayed silent as a group of intelligence agents knowingly misled the public by claiming that it had all the hallmarks of a Russian hoax.
The New York Post was covering this back before the last presidential election, but of course they were censored by social media, and now we know that the FBI knew that the laptop was real going back to 2019, and so it's really quite remarkable. You had 51 intelligence agents, former, present. They wrote that letter saying that the Hunter Biden laptop had, I think the quote is, all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. That was a knowing lie. They knew it was real. They knew the stuff on it. It's now clear that he was getting paid millions for giving access to his dad. I mean, if this were a Republican son and a Republican president, it would be wall-to-wall daily New York Times, Washington Post. Instead, you're lucky if there's a small paragraph on page 14. It's really shocking.
There's a long-serving FBI agent who has turned whistleblower. Now, as you say, he's under oath, so there are huge criminal penalties if you lie. And he is saying, and given evidence to this House of Representatives committee, that the FBI knew the Hunter Biden laptop was real from as far back as November or December 2019, a year before the 2020 presidential election. Now, James, your point is journalists swallowed the line that it was Russian disinformation. So the top dogs in the FBI knew that the letter put out by those 51 intelligence agents to whom you've referred before the 2020 election, claiming that the laptops had all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation, they knew that was a flat-out lie. So question, supposing this had hit the light of day, this is before the election, Trump versus Biden, what hope would Biden have had of winning?
Well, there was polls after the fact that asked people if it would have changed their view, and it clearly would have, if you believe polls, and they don't always, that it would have changed the votes. You have to remember, Trump got, the second most votes ever. What did he get, 81 million or something when he lost in 2020? But he lost by a couple million votes. But on the Electoral College, he only needed to flip 20,000 votes to win. If you pick your 4 states, there were 4 very close states. You flip 20,000 votes and Trump wins. So this is very shocking sort of behavior by the intelligence services. And remember, they're doing this while Trump is president. They're going behind his back, the senior sort of intelligence people. Let's face it, when you come into office with your pledges to clean the swamp, one of the problems Trump had is he was way too trusting of the bureaucrats he put in charge of these departments. I think if he were to win in 2024, you won't see any insiders appointed to anything. You're going to have to bring in outsiders for all of the main departments. Remember, Washington, D.C. votes 94% Democrat. That's why you can't get a fair trial there as a Republican on a charge related to politics. It is just wall-to-wall Democrats. Now, Canberra is not as bad as that, but it's pretty bad.
That's University of Queensland Garrick Professor of Law James Allen speaking to Alan Jones here on AEST TV.